Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and when a sworn enemy of President Donald Trump actually says he's got one right, you better listen to that. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Right off the bat, I love President Donald Trump. This is not a secret. I do long for the day where he says to himself, I got to stop commenting on ongoing cases because I'm giving my enemies fodder to actually help them in court. I know sometimes it's hard because he wants to spike the football because of what they did to him. But I would love for him to not talk about this stuff so we can have solid cases so they can't use him as an excuse to get away with the crimes they committed. Now, Michael Cohen, the former attorney turned enemy of President Donald Trump, he was on MSNBC. And the hosts basically turned to him and they're like, yeah, tell us why this case against Comey stinks. But Michael Cohen is a former attorney. Michael Cohen did time for a similar crime. Michael Cohen, like it or not, knows what he's talking about. I'm not a fan of the guy, but he knows what he's talking about. And you should have seen how stunned and really beside themselves the MSNBC correspondents were when Michael Cohen said, I think there's a crime here, and I think Comey's going to be found guilty. I think he actually did perjure himself. I actually think he did lie to Congress. I think he's going down. And he's like, and all you people that are talking like you're experts, you haven't seen the evidence. You don't know what you're talking about yet. It was strong words that I did not expect from Michael Cohen, and the hosts and the people at MSNBC, you could see, you're watching their reaction here. Again, they were floored. They didn't expect that. They expected Michael Cohen to join them in going anti-Trump. And he doesn't like Trump. He still doesn't like Trump. But he's telling you from his legal perspective, and he has an extensive legal background, what he believes. They didn't want to hear that. Not surprised. I want you guys to watch it and let me know what you think in the comments.
Joining us now is Michael Cohen, former personal attorney to Donald Trump, host of the Mea Culpa podcast, and author of the highly rated Real Michael Cohen Substack. Okay, Michael, I've got to give credit where credit's due.
Thank you.
You predicted this, not that it's a great development for the rule of law in our country. So did you think it would be this fast, though? And who do you think's next?
Well, is it about the rule of law? Do any of us actually really know whether or not Comey is or is not guilty of the charges? I know that they parade out all of these pundits. They have the great titles in the Chiron, former prosecutor, yada, yada, former FBI. Who's seen a single document that's in the possession right now of the DOJ? The answer is nobody. Who has the crystal ball? Still nobody. I will tell you from my investigation, which I used Brian Karem, who's a 30-year White House correspondent, to speak to people inside government because they wouldn't talk to me. I've learned that Comey was actually very much involved in the Russia investigation in a very negative way. And chances are this DOJ has every single email, every text message, every communication. I believe likely he will be found guilty.
Oh, well, that's interesting because
I think he likely committed a crime.
Wait, what? What specifically?
I believe likely he committed a crime. I don't know what that crime is, but there are hundreds of thousands of documents, and government has each and every one of them. All they need to find is that one. And remember, see, James Comey, when he was the head of the FBI, he was so used to punching down. Well, now you have the FBI that's going to be punching up. I've been through this system. I know better than anybody what a weaponized DOJ looks like and feels like. It is insurmountable.
Didn't you actually break the law, though?
Well,
with Stormy Daniels and the payment?
Well, it was a campaign.